Alex from High School Film Nerds. We're getting ready to film our review. What review are we filming, Josh?
The Circle?
Yeah, we're reviewing The Circle. Say hi to all of our viewers.
No, Alex, no, we talked about this. No more vlogging.
But I like vlogging. And this isn't a vlog, this is a live stream.
So, do you want to end up like the characters from this movie?
No, but...
Then turn off the phone. We have the camera. Hi! I'm Josh Elliott.
I'm Alex Simpson.
And today we are reviewing The Circle.
Yeah.
Emma Watson did Beauty and the Beast, and then on her off day, she did this movie. The Circle is about Emma Watson playing a college student named May, who goes to work at this company called The Circle.
It's like a startup company, and it's social media based.
And over time, she starts to become more higher up in this company through her contributions to it, and eventually starts to go transparent. Her life is broadcast to everyone else's because The Circle firmly believes that privacy is not something that is necessary and that people are at their best when they're being watched. Things start to happen and you're wondering maybe The Circle isn't so great. Also, this movie came out a lot earlier this year, but we're reviewing it now because we want to.
Yeah, why not?
What did we think of this movie?
I thought it was good, except for a few key things.
I liked it when I first saw it. I saw that it was getting terrible reviews, and I was like, why is it getting terrible reviews? And so I watched reviews of it, and I went, oh yeah, they're right about this, they're right about that. And I've gradually started to not like it. I don't hate it, but I did not like it as much as I did when I saw it.
It has an extremely abrupt ending, and I feel like if they had added about 30 minutes onto the end, because it was a relatively short movie, I feel like it cut off at the climax. Things started to get good, and then the movie ended. I wasn't expecting the credits to start. I was like, there's credits?
The climax is basically the only thing that happens in the movie. And that's the biggest problem with it. It's kind of just a collection of stuff happening, and then the climax is when the plot starts. And I was expecting it to keep going for a while. Like, I didn't know the climax was the climax until it started resolving.
And the trailers were definitely very misleading. The trailers portrayed it as more of like a thriller. It was
Conspiracy.
like sneaking around than it actually was.
The only aspect of conspiracy thriller that I got was in John Boyega's character. But he's barely in the movie, and he ends up having, like, no contribution to the plot.
Except for the fact that he brings her down into the basement and not really doesn't even do anything. He just kind of shows it to her.
Visually, this movie is really good.
Yes.
That's probably one of the best things. It's shot really well. I liked the sets. It was very colorful.
It was being in the future without being too modern, if that makes sense. Like, you know, like those movies that are set like 20 years in the future. This one has more organic shapes. Like, it sets it apart from other movies set in the future.
I saw this movie months ago, and I still don't understand what it's actually trying to say. Yeah, let's do spoilers. We're going to spoilers.
Okay. May's, I think, is it her brother?
It's her friend, Mercer.
Mercer. When May goes transparent, everybody's like obsessed with her, like a celebrity almost. Like, people are invested in her life. They're becoming more invested in him and what he does, but he doesn't want the attention. There's this part in the movie where some people from the circle like end up at his house and he doesn't want them there, so he hops in his car and takes off, but like everybody's like, you gotta follow him. So there's like drones and there's cars following him, and he freaks out and accidentally drives his car off a bridge and dies.
So all of that happens, but then at the end, she's still for transparency.
And she wants the founders of the company to go transparent.
She exposes a bunch of bad things that the company is up to, but they
never
never
show it in the movie.
They never explore what those things are. For some reason, it doesn't matter what the things are. It's just that they're happening in the first place. I want to see that movie. I want to see what those things are.
And I was thinking the movie was going to continue and have them get exposed and have the people of the company like rebel against it, like a propaganda kind of deal for like other big companies. Like, you can't like hide, but like it never continued.
Also, everyone in the world is just totally okay with this whole no privacy thing. I'd say 99% of the people in the world want privacy, and so I had to suspend my disbelief so much that so many people were totally okay without having privacy in this world. Mercer is pretty much the only character that like doesn't want that. Also, Eller Coltrane's not that good of an actor. John Boyega isn't even that great in the movie.
No, he like shows up a couple times.
I liked Emma Watson and Tom Hanks.
I felt like those were the only two people in the movie.
Tom Hanks I don't think was in it enough.
I don't think there was enough conspiracy behind him and his character. I would have liked to see a lot more.
Oh, Alex Crime Eater?
A 1.5. I cried when Mercer died. I think that's it. I feel like these propaganda movies that are trying to get like a big message across to people are less emotionally attached. They're trying to force a point out of this. They sacrifice the character's emotions for that.
Do you want to do ratings?
Sure. I give this movie a 5 out of 10. It's in the middle of the road for me because I really just don't like how the ending is so abrupt and they don't develop it after.
This movie is shot really well. It has some really good sets, and it has one really cool scene that's the climax. But essentially nothing happens in the entire movie. It's just all casually waiting for the climax to happen, and then the climax does happen and it's good, and then it pretty much doesn't amount to anything. And so the movie just kind of doesn't really go anywhere with its interesting premise. So I'm going to give it a 4. Our final verdict for The Circle is a 4.5. So I get why people don't like this movie.
I don't think it deserves hate.
I don't get why. Do people just think it's
wasn't-
like super boring?
It's not a bad movie. It just isn't complete in my opinion.
So maybe see The Circle if you're
If-
interested.
If you can. It's not in theaters anymore, so find it.
Tell us what you thought of The Circle. If you saw it, comment below. And thanks for watching the video. Peace out, guys.
Thanks for watching the video. Click here to subscribe and click here to watch our last video. Thanks you guys so much.